Hello and welcome to another episode of The Breath of Life. I'm Todd. Super grateful that you're here to join me again. Today we're going to be talking about something that I think is very relevant in our times. At the core of it, it's about getting back to love, which is really the only message from Jesus. But right now we tend to hate our neighbors. We hate and even go so far as to think that they're evil, that the people are evil, that think differently than we do, wave a different flag than we do. You know the flags: LGBTQ flag, Israeli flag, Palestinian flag, Black Lives Matter flag, Make America Great Again flag. You think that if someone has one of these flags on their car in their house, that they're your enemy? They're not your enemy. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be reading out of Matthew 12:22 through 25. So here, this is where the religious leaders, the Pharisees, are accusing Jesus of getting his power from Satan. Then a demon possessed man who was blind and couldn't speak was brought to Jesus. He healed the man so that he could both speak and see. The crowd was amazed and asked, "Could it be that Jesus is the son of David, the Messiah?" But the Pharisees heard about the miracle. They said, "No wonder he can cast out demons. He gets his power from Satan, the prince of demons." Jesus knew their thoughts and replied, love our red words, "Any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart." I'm going to stop it right there. He says more, but this is all that needs to be said. Any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. United we stand, divided we fall. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. There's one other, there's a description in here I want to read. The Pharisees had already accused Jesus of being empowered by the prince of demons. Now another group had come to discredit him with slander. Refusing to believe that Jesus had come from God, they accused him of being in league with Satan. They were trying to drive a wedge between Jesus and the people. Jesus easily exposed their foolish argument as self contradictory and empty. They accused him of being in league with Satan. Don't we find ourselves accusing those that are waving other flags as coming, as being bad, being evil? Half of our country are evil, stupid people. We believe that they're coming from Satan. They're not. Satan comes from Satan. Even if there are people that you know that might wave another flag, let's say that there is something materially, provably, let's just go there. It's not the person that's wicked. They're just consumed by wickedness. Don't hate the person. Those that are consumed with wickedness are suffering. Don't hate them. Pray for them. Love them. They're not different than you. They don't have different struggles than you do. We all have the ultimate struggle: distance from God. That's the struggle. Everything else is just a symptom of your distance. And if you're a flag waver, be careful with identity. You can call yourself anything you want to call yourself. You're allowed to be anything you want to be. But the very first label, if you're going to label yourself, is child of God. You started out that way, you are that way, and will forever be that way. You'll always be a child of God. Any other label you throw on yourself is man-made. Any labels we throw on ourselves outside a child of God keeps our distance. So those that wave a different flag, they're not evil. They're just consumed by it. And I'm not saying that someone that's waving a flag is automatically wrong. I'm not saying that. Just to be clear, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. If we don't take care of each other, who's going to do it? Do you really think that there's going to be a political leader that has your best interests at heart? They don't. The evil that we're fighting, the Satan that we're fighting, hate to sound cliche, but it's those in power. It's always been that way. Always. This is nothing new. If you have energy inside of you to fight against what you see as evil and wrong, use that energy, not towards your neighbor, use it for spreading God's word or getting involved civically in your town, city, or nationally, federally. But let's not hate our neighbors. You want to hate Satan? I'm with you. I'm with you. The evil that happens in this world, I'm with you. The constant lies that we get constantly. All they do is lie to us. Whatever side you lean more towards in any of our racy political discussions, the other person is not your enemy. It's the power behind it that we need to fight. And I got a feeling we're in it right now. We are in the fight. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. Any friends or family you got where you're not seeing eye to eye on whatever will fall apart. You want your family to fall apart? Do you want the country to fall apart? We should redirect our energies to the right places. Jesus continued to say after this, I'm going to read this next part. And if Satan is casting out Satan, he is divided and fighting against himself. If Satan is casting out Satan, He is divided and fighting against himself. We do that. We cast ourselves out. We split ourselves. Sometimes we can feel really distant from God, even after the most miraculous, beautiful experiences we could ever have. His hands can come down and lift us up and save us from drowning. And yet we still find times in our life where it just feels so, he feels distant. If Satan tried casting out Satan, he divides himself and fights against himself. When you don't pray daily or read some of the Bible daily, you begin to cast yourself away from God. Happened to me a few weeks ago. Praying every day, reading Bible every day, and probably about like a week or two went by where I just kind of faded out of it. So what happens, it's going to happen. It happened to Jesus. When Jesus was on the cross, and before he said, my God, why have you forsaken me? It's because in that moment, all the sin of mankind that's ever been, that's current, and that's going to happen in the future, all of it was thrown onto Jesus. And for that moment, God had to separate himself from Jesus because God can't look upon sin. And Jesus had to be sin. And so for that moment, Jesus says, God, my God, why have you forsaken me? Jesus felt abandoned by God. It's natural. It's okay to feel that. Maybe because he's not doing things in your time, or you don't understand his way or his will. None of us do. The way not to fall out of the grace of God and the relationship of God is to just pay attention every day. I know that when I read the Bible, it brings me right back into connection. Any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. I don't know about you, but I'm not ready to give up. I'm not ready to let that happen. And all I can do is what I've been called to do: speak the word, read the word, pray, be unconditional love as much as I can possibly be. You know, one other thing I want to throw in here is judgment. Because when Jesus says the line, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed, a town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. Well, in order for a kingdom to be divided, in order for a family to feud, there must be judgments. We must feel that the other one is wrong. We're right. Well, here's how judging really works. The way you judge others is a reflection on how you judge yourself. Absorb that for a moment. We're also going to go one layer deeper on this, but we're going to start here. The way you judge others is just a reflection on how you judge yourself. Start with the easy stuff. Whatever you're self-conscious about physically, whatever that is. Big Junos, bald head, whatever yours are. You tend to notice that on everybody else. Whatever you're self-conscious about your physical body, you notice that on everyone else. So the way you judge yourself is a reflection on how you judge others. Also within something non-physical. Personality. They're too loud. They're too quiet. Whatever. Anything that you're judging somebody else on is purely just a reflection on how you're judging yourself. I think that's an easy one, and we can all agree on that. Here's the hard one, because when I first heard this, I fought it for 3 weeks. I'm like, no way. Here we go. Anything you don't like about somebody else is just a reflection of something you don't like within yourself. That's a heavy one. Again, it took me 3 weeks. I knew it was true. It felt true, but I was like, nah, that guy's an asshole. That ain't got nothing to do with me. The more I actually dove into it, though, and I peeled apart my issue, that person, it came down to, oh, yeah, something I don't like within myself. I had this conversation with a friend of mine years ago, and she says to me, well, that's not true, because I hate when people are late. Hate it. And I am never late. So that's not something I don't like within myself. That's other people. I said, well, what would happen if you were late? Out of your control. What would happen? You'd hate yourself for it. So you're never late, because one thing you hate about you is if you're late. When we really figure this out and it's solid within you, not doubting it, that anything you don't like about someone else is just a reflection of something you don't like within yourself, then something magical happens. You become in control of you, which is the only thing in this world you can control. You can only control how you react, how you respond. Can't control other people, what they do, what they say, circumstances happening. Can't do anything about that. You got no control over it. But once you realize that it's all about you, anything you don't like in someone else is just a reflection of something you don't like within you. Now you get to own everything. You're no longer a victim for how you feel. Not someone else made me feel that way. No, you feel that way about you. They just said it and you agree with it. So when we feel ourselves judging somebody else or hating them, getting angry at them, listen, I know it's hard for me to listen to, call it an argument on the other side of something that I completely disagree with. It's hard just to listen. So I get it. But the beautiful thing is, you're liberated. You're liberated. No longer a victim of people and circumstances. It's all about me. However I feel, it's because of me. And at the end of the day, it really kind of boils down to just self-love. I know that's a big, grandiose fucking term. but it's self-love. Because if you love yourself, you're not going to care what someone else thinks about you. You know, an example that I use on this specific thing. This is not very universal, but I think you'll understand. So, yesterday was my birthday. I'm now 48 years old. If I'm walking around just some park and there's a parent with a small child, 3, 4 years old, little girl, and as they're walking by me, she points at me. And maybe I haven't shaved, so I got a lot of gray going on. And she points at me and she goes, "Look at that old man. He's so old." I would think that's cute. And it'd make me laugh. It's so innocent and cute, right? Yeah, I'm the old guy. Sure, it's funny. However, if I was at some adult function and maybe sitting at a bar, getting some food, and two beautiful women sit next to me, two beautiful younger women sit next to me, and I can hear one say to the other one, "Oh, that guy next to me is so old." How's that going to make me feel? Well, if I feel old, if I feel unattractive, that's going to hurt me. But meanwhile, when the little girl said it, it was cute and funny. They're saying the same thing. Look at that old guy. The little girl's cute. This young woman kind of hurts my feelings. So it's also about who's saying it. I think we all kind of share a thing where if our mother or father is giving us advice or asking us a question or telling us something, we have a completely different reaction than if it's somebody else telling us. Completely different. Maybe it sounds like they don't believe in you, or whatever the thing is. Like, whoa, 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 you don't trust me? You don't think I can handle this? You don't think I can do this? And we take it how we take it, which is not even their intent. So self-love, when we love and accept ourselves for who we are, which, by the way, you're created by the most holy and perfect. Holy and perfect. I don't want that to sound like holy imperfect. And you're a vessel of God. Leave a comment on anything that you think that you have an example in your life where something that you hate about somebody else is not a reflection on you. If you've got one, leave it in the comments. Not only will I respond, I will make a video about it. Okay? All right. Thanks again for joining. I'm sorry, I'm just having a moment with myself. Thank you guys. I love you. All love. Love all. Peace.